Secrets of Happy People, episode 34, Enjoyers of Own Company. Pa Adesoya was a jolly good old man. Often you would hear him humming a tune with his croaky voice, especially when he was in the bathroom, singing songs of praise or any of the old party songs that only he and perhaps his wife would remember. He didn't have much of an audience these days anyway. He lived alone with his wife in their empty nest. All their children had grown up and left to mind their various lives. So the now bogus house in which they lived was clearly too big for the couple. Months would go by without any one of them ever entering some parts of the building, including the erstwhile children's rooms, except for cleaners who came in to clean the tidy and untouched rooms. The couple hired them anyway for some silly sentimental reason to keep the children's rooms fresh. The matter of aloneness was however worse for Pa Adesoya than for Mama Shade, his wife. For more than half of the year, she was either in Chicago, Paris, Johannesburg, or Toronto, where her children now lived. She would visit one after the other. Pa Adesoya referred to the visits as her annual world tour. Most elderly men would have been angry at being abandoned by their wives all the time, but not Pa Adesoya. He was a man never taken by surprise. He always saw things coming. He was a talented visionary who applied his talent everywhere, including in his family. Needless to mention, he had figured many years ago that he would be living alone once the children were settled in their lives. He understood his wife. Her children were her life. She did no formal work, but was ever busy taking care of her children, giving them love, some of which Pa Adesoya saw as spoiling in the name of love. He was therefore under no illusion that in time his wife would literally abandon him for the children. So having long foreseen the scenario, it did not bother him. Besides, he was happy that at least one of the two of them was looking in regularly on the children and reporting back. On this particular world tour, however, his wife met a stiff opposition from one of their sons. He had had enough of his father being left by himself for long periods and therefore insisted that all his siblings must urge their mom to stay only briefly and return home to their dad. Mama Shade was not used to this kind of opposition, and so a crisis erupted in the family, some for, others against. The matter was dragged before their trusted uncle. Uncle Wale did his best to calm things down. He considered that Dejo, the first child, had a point about insisting that Mama Shade spends too much time away from her aged husband. He, however, added that his brother, Pa Adesoya, was a self-happy man, and as such, whether she was there or not, he would be not lonely, so that there was no need to make so much fuss and create a crisis. He explained that unlike most, Pa Adesoya enjoyed his own company. He loved to reflect. He loved silence. He loved to write poetry. He loved to write letters to God, and he loved the company of spiritual friends. The children agreed that indeed their father was a happy man who enjoyed his own company, and so really did not need anybody to be happy. Even Dejo agreed, although he still insisted that their mother must reduce her world tour.